What's up, Gadgeteers? My name is Hector and this is Gadget Beard, and on this channel I unbox and review everyday tech, gadgets, and accessories for you. And on today's video we have the Pro handle for the RedMagic 3. The RedMagic 3 is a gaming phone. If you haven't heard about it, it's like a budget oriented gaming phone. It's about $500. You get top tier specs. You get like a Snapdragon 855, 8 gigs of RAM, and 128 gigs of storage, and you get triggers on the phone so you can actually play shooters and stuff like that. But this is not about the phone, this is about the accessory. This is the Pro handle. It'll cost you about $40. It comes with the case. Let's take a quick look at the case. Pretty good packaging, but this is the case here. Now keep in mind the phone is very slippery. This is a hard plastic shell with maybe soft TPU on the side, but not too much. And you do get the added grip here for the controller to clip on. This is like a track system here for the controller. So this is built into the case. I do have this aftermarket case here, and comparing the official case to the aftermarket one, I kind of like the aftermarket one better. It feels more, gives you it's a more of a flexible TPU, and it gives you a better grip, and I like the design better also. And you don't have the tracks here for the controller, but they do give you the adapter so you can just simply clip on the track there and put on the controller. But let's go ahead and try this one out here. Now I already unboxed the controller to try it out. So basically it just comes in the box like that, nothing else inside but the instructions here, and then this just slides in like that. So let's take a quick look at the controller. I have it here. It's pretty nice, pretty good build. You do have Type-C there for charging, and you do have a LED light there when charging. Also this button here actually lights up too when it's on. On the bottom you do have your off and on button there, and then you got a right bumper and a right trigger. I'll explain a little bit more on those. On the top you do have the left bumper, left trigger, your joystick here, and you do have your buttons here. These are not labeled, they're just directional buttons, up, right, down, and left. So they're not labeled X, Y, A, B like we're normally used to, or like the PlayStation, how they're a triangle, whatever. But you do have a little bit of RedMagic branding here. If I can get the right angle right there. But besides that, nothing to it. Feels nice, fits nice in hand, small enough for you to put in your pocket, or small enough to just throw in the bag, forget about it, and it's not going to take too much space on your bag. But let's take a quick look at the case. Let's remove the case that I currently have on the RedMagic. Let's clip on this case here. Now this is the case with the RedMagic 3 in it. Still kind of slippery. Like I said, this is like a hard plastic shelf with this fake carbon fiber look there. Doesn't give you that much grip because it is hard plastic shell compared to this one, kind of soft TPU, kind of matted, so it gives you more of a better texture to hold on to. But you got to kind of look at this track here, and it was a little bit difficult at first to kind of get used to inserting, but you kind of, I think it goes this way, there we go. So you kind of grab it like that, and you'll hear it click, boom, and you have it built in that way. Now I know you guys are saying, so you can pair two of these into one device, but like I found out, it wasn't really worth it, and I'll explain a little bit later. So let's go ahead and jump into some game mode here. I'll show you kind of how this kind of works. So this does pair Bluetooth. So if you hit the game there, you just hit the, let's turn this on first. You gotta turn it on, and you'll see this button lighting up there. So it paired up, and then one thing that's pretty cool, it'll give you the handle battery percentage right there. Boom. So it'll give you the battery percentage, and you can calibrate the handle, but let's not, when you move it you can see that it's moving there. So it's pretty cool. Let's back out. So only certain games support this, and one thing to keep in mind that this does put an overlay over the game in order for you to have the button control support. It's not native controller support like Fortnite currently has. This is like, remember that app that got banned, the Octopus app that kind of lets you do that? So the only difference between this and the Octopus app is that RedMagic kind of worked a deal with PUBG, so it allows PUBG to do this. It won't allow any other app to do that. So I'm gonna show you a little bit of gameplay here. It does make you a little bit better. I've already programmed the button layout and everything, so we won't waste that much time on that. So I just want to give you a good feel on how this controller feels and performs. And not only that, but is it really worth $40 for you just to kind of just have some joystick ability? So you can slide over and then you can hit over on this handler there, and like you can see, you can program the left hand, so this is your left joystick. If you have a second controller, you can put the other one here, but one thing to notice is it does not work well with PUBG, because you can control everything else, but if you have the controller way out here, you still have to look by touching the screen. The other joystick doesn't mimic your finger touch so you can pan around and view, and that's very frustrating with this. But I do have this paired like this. As you can see, I have some of these buttons set up, but is it really worth the $40 so you can just have this type of movement instead of doing this? And then this trigger buttons here, they still work. So I do have this one for aim. I can click this one for aim and use this trigger, but do you really need all this? Is it actually worth it for $40 to just have this type of movement? Let me go ahead and pair up the other controller, because I did buy two, because I thought I was gonna have like a mini switch thing going on, which it totally failed. So I paid about 80 bucks for these. Both of these are controllers, so I thought I was gonna have a mini Nintendo Switch here. So let's back out. Let's go back into PUBG. And as you can see, I can actually move. It won't mimic. So if I slide this over, kind of, if I make it small, like, it's very hard to pan and move compared to this movement here. It's not like a console where you can kind of just move. It's kind of jittery, and it just doesn't make for good gameplay. So I don't recommend getting two of these handles. Also, one thing to mind, these handles don't work with Fortnite. So these handles won't play with Fortnite because they're just not a controller, a regular controller like this iPega one. This one will work flawless with Fortnite right now. These two won't work with Fortnite, and not only that, it won't work if you have them paired and you go into the game space, because it adds that overlay. So this overlay, this thing right here, so that is banned from Fortnite. It doesn't allow you to use that type of situation. So let's go ahead and block that one out. But if $40 is worth it for you to just have this type of movement, this joystick here, basically that's all it's doing. So see, you can kind of move around like this. This trigger one does work. So this, if you're happy enough with just doing this and then programming these buttons here to do, so it's kind of hard to like go like this and then jump, you know what I'm saying? You need the buttons over here. So I see somebody over there. Let's go ahead and switch guns. But what we actually do need is, see, kind of, that's all it does. It allows you to do that. But let's go ahead and let me show you the $5 case. I kind of like the $5 case better than this case here. This is the $5 case. Not only does it feel and look better, it's actually cheaper, but you get this adapter right here. This adapter is a lot easier to connect to the controller. Bam, it clicks on like that, and you can just pull it off and pull it on whenever you want. And this plastic just clips on like that on top of your case. So there you go. So you see that? Boom. We're up and running. We're ready to go. And this actually works out better. And when you're done, you can just unclip it and do your thing. But for $40, is it worth it just doing that? Because you do have these trigger buttons here. So the only thing you're basically gaining is a joystick for $40. In my opinion, it's not worth it. I thought they're gonna implement something better than they did. I thought it was like native controller support through PUBG. I thought they worked out a deal where you're gonna have native controller support. You're gonna be able to pair this one and this one, and it was gonna be like you're gaming on a Switch, but you're not. These things are, to me, in my opinion, are not worth the $40, especially with this case here. This case is flimsy and plasticky. It doesn't add any benefits to your phone like this one does. This one, not only does it look cool, it gives you added grip because this phone is heavy and it is slippery because it's all metal. That's all I have for today. If you guys have any questions and regarding the pro handle for the RedMagic 3, please leave them in the comment section below. Thanks for watching, guys. Please like, share, and subscribe, and like always, I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace.